Hi, I'm the host of the STO Smokers Lounge. I'm here to tell you about Anchor, the perfect app that you can use right now to start your own podcast network. You can broadcast right now. All you got to do is download the app, whether you have a phone, iPad, or even a laptop or desktop. You can right now download Anchor or go to Anchor FM right now and start recording and have your stuff broadcasted over multiple platforms such as Spotify. So go to Anchor today and start your podcast career like I have. Because trust me, I love me some Anchor. Hello. Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. Enjoying a enjoying the day after getting off the vanilla job, of course.
Nice.
Most definitely. And how has your day been and your weekend actually?
It's been good. Went out a little bit for Halloween
Oh.
and just been like relaxing, decompressing from my last LA trip, and then I'm getting ready to go to LA again in a few.
Okay then. So tell us about the LA trip. Well, actually, before you tell the LA trip, what did you do for Halloween? What did you do for it?
So we went to a couple shows, me and a few of my friends. A few concerts, like EDM shows out here. Went to Area 15 and just like hung out and walked around Fremont a little bit, saw everybody's costumes and all that fun stuff.
And what's some of the craziest costumes you saw that night?
Oh man, craziest costumes. Well, my favorite costume that I saw somebody had, like a Price is Right contestant. Like they had a podium and everything, and I was like, wow, this is elaborate. Loved it. But
oh my god, that was interesting.
Yeah. A bunch of celebrity that I thought were really cool. That seemed to be kind of like a theme this year.
Oh, most definitely. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure the costumes was very interesting, and no telling um what you probably ran into while you was out there. But I'm sitting here looking at you did a BDSM scene recently.
Yes.
Oh God, hold on. Let me do the part two because we about to get into that too. So we about to get into that. I'm looking at it right now. Hold on. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Smokers Lounge here on Anchor, the perfect app for anyone who's trying to start their own podcasting career. All you got to do is download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and get a profile, and it'll tell you everything you need to do. I am your host, Kavanaugh with Subway Champ. You know what it is. You want to see my porn, you want to listen to my music, my social media, you can do all that. All you got to do is hit one link, allmylinks.com/PornRapStar. We're also sponsored by the Facebook and LS community, lsworld.com. Go there today, get yourself a profile, and start your journey into the lifestyle, or continue your journey to the lifestyle today. And we are a proud member of the GW District Black Podcasting Network, multiple podcasts giving you the Black experience. Plus, go to shopgwdistrict.com and experience some great shopping from over 500 Black retailers. So go to Shop GW District, buy Black, support Black business so we can build the Black economy, so we can create generational wealth. And every Monday Night Smoke on K97 FM, the official radio station for porn. 8 o'clock Central Standard Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. You get to hear me chop it up with a lovely lady from the industry or a gent, and we're talking about the business of porn. So come catch that smoke and tune in every Monday night. Now, I'm sitting here. This is a special episode, a bring back episode, of course, and I'm going to let the lady introduce herself.
Hey, I'm Celeste Luna, back again.
Yes. And we are happy to have her back. She is a smoke buddy. You will hear more from her. She'll be on other episodes, trust me on that. But I take it that this shot was done during your trip to LA.
Yes.
And I have to say, this was an off the hook scene. Okay, then tell everybody who you work with, how'd you end up getting booked for the shoot, and about the shoot.
So I actually planned this whole scene out myself. I
Okay.
reached out to a male talent that I've like me and him have followed each other for a long time. Have always wanted to work together, and we find
Mm-hmm.
he on social media he's Gentleman Saul.
Mm-hmm.
He's from England, but he lives here now. And
Okay.
I just had this like idea to do like a fun, intense blasphemy kind of BDSM scene. Um, I, had this nun outfit and just had this like idea to like, come to my priest and, have to do this confession for,
Mm-hmm.
worldly sins. And
Mm-hmm.
he, is a pretty like and like has a wide variety of fun toys and
That's
things
why
to
I can
play
see
with.
yes a
So
lot. Yes, I
yeah,
see.
so he brought over a big bag and I kind of picked things into and kind of guide the scene there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because I mean, you like hit a lot of BDSM, bondage,
Mm-hmm.
torture, the electric play. I'm sitting there like, oh shit.
Yes.
Okay, tell me about the electric play.
Okay, so I've always wanted to electricity. I've like I saw it at a play party that I went to like several super intrigued.
Mm-hmm.
And I've just no one's ever had any of the toys and this zapper and I was like, oh my god, yes, like I want to play with that so bad. So that was actually like the first time I've like done any kind of play with that, and
Mm-hmm.
it was fun. It was definitely intense at times.
Oh yeah, you even pulled out the clothespins on the
Oh
pussy
yeah.
book. That
Yes.
was because you don't see a lot of girls do that
Clothespins
in
are
the
like
scene.
fine. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she is a pain slut. I love it. That's it. I mean, to be a dom because that means because when you deal with a pain slut, it's a lot. It's more fun because she's more open to do things, to try things
Mhm.
than other subs or
Yeah.
slaves. You know, I even love the bondage of how he had you bound.
Yes.
That shit
Yes.
was, period. So it was kind of like how long it took y'all to film?
So that scene total took about from setting it up all the way to the end, probably I'd say 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours.
Okay.
And we got about like an hour and a half of like footage out of
Mm-hmm.
that. Just, breaks and like making, moving the camera around because we didn't have a camera person for this. It was just like we did it
Yeah,
all ourselves.
yeah,
So it was, it was fun. It was fun.
yeah.
One time I was completely bound up and we were trying to move the camera around and he's like
Mm.
anywhere and I was like, oh, okay, I'll try not to move. I won't go too
so
far.
so who came up with the idea of how to be bound?
Well,
Um,
I had the idea of the legs. Like I wanted my legs kind of up and he
mm-hmm.
bound like because there's like a shibari tie your legs together like that.
Yeah,
So I had the idea for the legs, and then he had the idea to bind my hand. Prayer
yeah.
pose to, just feed more into that blasphemy.
Mm-hmm. And see, also, like I said, you had the story, the spanking with the Bible. Yeah, you gonna have a lot of the religious people very upset at you. Like, no, this bitch didn't just get spanked with the Bible.
I know. Someone was like, not the Bible.
Not the good book.
Very good. It was a very good paddle, I will say that.
So because actually, because nothing more solid in the Bible. I'm sorry. Shit, I didn't, I don't know why more people ain't think about spanking it, spanking the ass with it too.
Yeah, it's a thick book.
Yeah. So with the Hitachi, it's like I just see you enjoying yourself. Because I said in with the Hitachi, like, speak upon the feeling of being completely bound and can't do anything, especially with Hitachi on the pussy.
So it's super intense. Forced orgasms are definitely really, really intense. And there was a point too where I had the gag in as well. So like I couldn't move or like say, I can't do anything about it. And it's just kind of like you're fighting it, but you're also kind of like letting go and just kind of like, giving in to like when, the Dom is going to allow you to finally like come or like take a break from it. I don't know. I like it.
Most definitely. I see y'all have gotten doggy style and missionary, and plus also the setup of the room of the area. It was grungy. It was, like in the basement of the church. You know what I'm saying? And plus even with the lighting. This is what I mean by a scene that tells a story, and it tells a story throughout. Period. And plus, like I said, you're also hitting the niche of BDSM. Like I'm just sitting here, speeches, just sitting here, just watching the thing. It's like, people, you need to go to her page and take a look at this shit. This is hot. So so be it that this BDSM is bondage, be it that now the sites are now being a little restricted on what we do. How you go about, where you're going to put it, all that.
So yeah, really cracking down on that with the whole MasterCard Visa censoring issues. So there's another performer, their name's Sophie Ladder. She put together a whole Google Doc, a whole chart of like every single site and what they allow and what they don't allow, and constantly. So whenever we were kind of discussing what we were going to do in the scene, like we checked that chart a few times to see like, okay, do the sites that we use mostly allow these things? And for the most part, like we use like MiniVids, OnlyFans, Fansly, stuff like that. Like they're okay with like the level at which we took it, like if there was any, blood involved or like certain types of bondage, like certain if all of your limbs are tied together or whatever, you can't post that on certain sites. But we do check that chart pretty often to like make sure like we can navigate that and find where we are allowed to do it, and then we can always sell it people or through our websites and stuff too.
So most definitely. So and the thing about when you do BDSM scenes, even from my experience, is that you have to give them all aftercare. Oh yeah. You gotta rub her head like it's you did a good job.
Yeah, I think people sometimes forget about that in like a porn scene, because like as soon as it's done, they're like, okay, I'm done. But like it's way important in like a BDSM scene to like still do that and like check in and all of that throughout. So
and see too, also the fact that you practice BDSM in your personal life helped to make the scene even more authentic, and him being a dom made it more authentic. How important was it to you to make that scene authentic?
Pretty important with these certain types of, BDSM, like the electro play, the certain kinds of bondage ties, like it's pretty important to like know what you're doing and like be knowledgeable and like know what to do if something goes wrong too. So
Mm-hmm.
having that practice like in your personal life, like you're way more prepared like when a camera is rolling, so that when I'm in subspace I need to like fully trust that like my dom is in control of what's happening, good or
Mm-hmm.
bad, so that like I'm safe. So it
Mm-hmm.
was super important to me, and him and I have followed each other for a really long time, so I've seen kind of like his knowledge and like what he does. So I felt really good in doing that, and
True,
being
true.
able to like completely let go and allow the scene to kind of just go where it goes.
Yeah, because part of the thing when you do a BDSM scene is that you have to have trust between the talents. That's why,
Mm-hmm.
like, even when I work with girls, especially when I work with them on a continuous basis, I made it a point for them to. We didn't do the BDSM scene the first day. We might have did it the second day, so that one we can break the ice and
Mm-hmm.
somewhat, you know what I'm saying, to where it's that trust is settled, especially face to face, period.
Absolutely.
And plus, also, it's a good thing to be in touch and have conversation with your male talent slash dom that's in that. You feel me?
Mm-hmm, absolutely. And discuss like your limits and what you're comfortable with, your safe words and your safe motions and stuff like that. And yeah, it's super
Mm-hmm.
important.
Yeah, most definitely. So was that the only person you worked with? Cause I'm pretty sure that wasn't the only person you shot with. I know you
No,
probably got
so
it in. I'm pretty sure you got it in while he was in LA.
oh
But
yeah.
go ahead.
So I also worked for Jeff's Models. I shot for them.
Oh,
They're kind of like a BBW chubby
oh yeah.
studio.
Trust me, I've been in the business long enough. I know who Jeff Miles is. Shouts out to him.
Yes, and that was really fun. So I did a solo scene for them, and then I did a boy girl scene with them also.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I also did a boy girl scene with Claudio from Perv City. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so that was super fun. Just a little kind of
Mm-hmm.
intimate kind of sex scene there.
Mm-hmm.
So a little different than the BDSM, but it was
Mm-hmm.
still some
Now,
some
now,
good
now, when you say
times.
now, when you say with cardio, you say it was
Mhm.
intimate.
Yeah.
Paint the pictures. How intimate was it?
So this romantic kind of just like, me and him in the bedroom, just, getting to know each other's bodies and exploring some fun sex. There was like, pussy eating, blowjobs, like,
Mm-hmm.
feet, armpits, like all kind of stuff going on. Just really like body exploring and fun.
So it was like, yeah, y'all were doing more of a fetish, making love, sensual sex scene,
Yeah.
per se.
Yeah.
Most
Mhm.
definitely. And so it's kind of like, which is interesting because I always say that you don't see a lot of sensual scenes in
Yeah.
porn nowadays, and
Yeah.
you barely even see kissing anymore.
Yeah.
Period. What do you think of that?
I like kissing. I think it's hot. I a lot of my scenes I do like to have kissing and stuff in it cuz
Mm-hmm.
I mean it turns me on, so I feel like it turns other people on.
Yeah.
But I guess some people, they have their boundaries with that, so I definitely respect it. But yeah, I have noticed that like sometimes you don't even like see any kind of connection other than the penetration happening.
Yeah, and to me, I think kissing makes the scene sensual. It makes it more sexy.
Mhm.
Um, and two, especially if the two people know how to kiss and it's a passionate, good, strong kiss, it
Mhm.
makes the viewer be more turned on. and it
Yeah.
and it gives, you know what I'm saying, and it's a good, and it gives that connection that a straight fuck scene where y'all not kissing would necessarily give, you know, period.
Right.
So, but like I said, I guess I'm just old school because some of these new age shit, I'll be like, man, get the hell out of here. You gonna pretend that she's your next door neighbor? You ain't gonna sit there and want to kiss her? Get the hell out of here.
Right.
I
Yeah,
mean, shit, that's one of the things you think about doing. Goddamn, you want to tug it down
yeah.
and fuck the hell out of it, you know. But it's like I said, I mean, for what I'm saying, that's what I like about you is that you old school porn with it. Because like I
Yeah.
said, even with the BDSM scene, it was thought process put into it. The
Mm-hmm.
execution was great for what I've seen. And plus it was different. It stood out. And especially in a day where porn is dominated by the reality conversation, um, OnlyFans, the 6 minute, she
Mm-hmm.
suck him off, he bust a nut bullshit. You know, it's kind of it's building the fantasy, and
Yeah.
that is what's missing in the game. And to me, that's also in many ways hurt the porn star because it makes the porn star less of a factor in the game because when other people can come in and do it, they be
Mm-hmm.
like, what makes a porn star special? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah. You're just kind of like a body at that point instead of like kind of bringing your personality or your take or your creativity like to the scene. It's just kind of like, all right, let's do the sex and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because,
And
because
I've noticed that too whenever I collab with people, like I'll try to have like some, not necessarily like a scripted storyline, but some kind of
mhm.
storyline going on, and I'll get the comment a lot of like, "Oh wow, I don't really do a lot of like storyline scenes, but like everyone always has like a really good time and like loves the final product."
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, like it's something you haven't done, but like maybe you should be doing it because it's a little bit more fun when you can kind of role play in it and like kind of
Mhm.
go somewhere.
Yeah, you know, I turned on so many girls to doing role play scenes when I worked because they enjoyed the scenes that I came up with, you know,
Yeah.
because with me, I try to do, I wanted to be believable, but at the same token, still a fantasy. Like I had a girl pretend that she was the first female president. I had
Oh,
a, you know what I'm saying, I had a female court pretend to be my boss, you know, period.
yeah.
The best friend, you know what I'm saying? One of my favorite ones was she was a nurse, but she was an escort dressed as a nurse that came to the wrong room.
Oh, double.
You know what I'm saying? And I kind of like, yeah, and I kind of like that little bit of comedy at the end, something to make you laugh or what have you. But the point is to tell the story.
Right.
And and that's what's missing. There's no storytelling in this game no more.
Yeah.
And to
Yeah,
me,
I've
that what
definitely
makes the
noticed
game
that.
boring now.
Yeah, it's like really playing on like that amateur, you know, aspect of it, and I do like the pro amateur kind of vibe, like, we still used a tripod and stuff like that, but it's like
Mm-hmm.
there's still a lot of like care or like, thought that's going into it.
Yeah, it's like put it this way: the grunge look that y'all did, it was a point to it
Yeah.
because of what y'all trying to hit with the type scene you were doing, because y'all was doing something that was outside the norm. The priest is giving you a dick exorcism. Uh,
Yes.
you feel what I'm saying? So it
Absolutely.
made sense for it to look like that versus you in some lingerie and he just butt ass naked and y'all fucking. It don't
Right.
make sense. You know, like I remember saw a girl do a gang bang as a nun, but there was no setup to the gang bang and why she was dressed as a nun.
Yeah.
You
Like
and it's
what's
kind of like,
happening?
yeah, and it takes away from the fantasy because there's no setup and no story. Cause they were like, well, why are you dressed up as a nun? You could have been just butt ass naked if you were gonna fuck all 7 dudes.
Right. And not say anything. Yeah. Like
Yeah. So it's like, So shoot, so and I see even with the scenes that you did now with Jeff models, now was all these paid with this content?
Um, so with Jeff's models, it was paid. Yeah, the other was
Okay,
just
okay,
content.
okay. So what do you have you do in those scenes? In that scene?
For that, we did for the solo. I kind of like showed off my body, kind of
Mm-hmm.
showed off like my boobs, my butt, my belly, like to the audience, and then I
Mm-hmm.
played with a few different toys. And then
Okay.
he had gotten like a new like male torso toy with like a dildo on it. So I've never used one of those. So that was fun. I
I'm
got to
sorry, I had to
use
laugh.
that.
I had to laugh. I was like, okay.
No, it was interesting. I got to name him. His name's Ralph.
Oh.
So
And
yeah, we
see, and
used
Ralphie
that.
made her must have come hard to the motherfucker because she knows
Yes, left an
it.
impression.
Oh my
And
goodness.
yeah, and then we did a boy girl scene after that.
Okay then. So who did you work with on the boy girl scene?
His name's J. Crew.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Older
Yeah.
gent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is that's his regular dude. It's to say the least.
Yeah.
And everything. So it's like now here's the kicker. You went from doing the solo or what have you. Something he does. He has the girl do the solo and then do the scene. Then he
Mm-hmm.
does the solo, get you warmed up for the boy girl.
Well, I think that's kind of what it kind of like used for. Like he had like a bunch of toys and it was like I got to kind of pick which ones like I liked most and really just kind of like warmed myself up for that scene. And then
Mm-hmm.
we did the action shots for the boy girl scene after that and just like kind of warmed up a little bit that way. So
Okay.
yeah.
So tell us about the boy girl scene. Tell us how saying how it went down, how it went, and even to the point, the difference of how working with models and then working with cardio. But go ahead.
So like straightforward. It wasn't like any kind of like,
Mm-hmm.
storyline or anything like that. It was like, oh, like you just, did this solo and you're all warmed up now. Let's play. And but it was really fun. Took, not that long to like get all the scenes we needed to do. And it was like,
Mm-hmm.
um, I don't know. I'd say it was a pretty good set. I had good direction, the camera person that was there, and like, Jay was really good and like, fucks really well. So it was a good time.
Yes, I heard he got many good reviews for what I've heard.
Yeah, yeah.
Most definitely. So so with the question, because I had this conversation with somebody, what do you prefer the most? But not saying it prefer the most, the paid gigs or the content?
That's really hard because, I don't know. I live with like the paid gigs that I do. So the one I find are still really fun and like I
Mm-hmm.
still get really like it's a paid shoot, but I still get
Mm-hmm.
to keep, some of the content and like all the
Okay.
pictures and stuff like that. So like I
Yeah.
still get, some of that as well. And
Mm-hmm.
um I find that it's it's kind of less work to do the paid shoots because I
Mm-hmm.
don't have to like edit the videos or like do any of
Mm-hmm.
the setup or any of that. But if it's like a scene like the BDSM scene I did where like I put a lot of thought and effort and work into it, it's like just
Mm-hmm.
as rewarding as like getting, paid right off the bat for it. So I don't
Mm-hmm.
know, that's tough.
Because see, the thing of it is that I think I always ask girls this: what's that one paid gig that you wish you had that was yours? that you wish you could have posted? you look back and said, "Damn, I wish that was mine."
Well, like, I don't know, because my main goal isn't to be like mainstream or like do a bunch of paid gigs. Like, I have always kind of wanted to be independent and kind of like just kind of make my own name. But I don't know. Like, I don't know. I've always really liked taboo, like crazy porn sets, you know, like the taboo family porn sets. I've always been like, oh, I want to get that gig maybe one day.
But see, because the thing about it is, the reason why I say that, because the thing about, because which I want you to get into, how do you select your porn gigs, is that content is king. And it's kind of like when you look at a female that might do a gangbang and she got paid for it. That might be the only gangbang that she ever did. But she can't sell it. She can't make money with it. And that's why I tell females, it's good to do content trade.
Yeah.
Always be open to doing content trade. Actually, do content trade more so than you doing the paid gigs, because you never want the industry to have more content of you than you have of yourself.
Absolutely, yeah.
You know, period. Because you want the people to come back to you because it's you or what have you. So it's now let's go back when you said you're selective about your paid gigs. What do you look for in a paid gig that makes you say, I'll take it? Because apparently money is not necessarily the main, let's say, ingredient for you to go ahead and make to make the sauce. You feel me?
Yeah. So I kind of look at like who they've worked with before, like what kind of content they make, like if it like aligns with like kind of the stuff I do. You know, if it's too kind of out there, or like maybe, you know, I'm not really a look that I see too much on their page, I don't think it might do very well. I might pass on it. Or if it's just like, you know, kind of in how they approach me, or like, you know, how they're negotiating the price, you know, the gig or whatever. It's like, if I'm not really vibing with it, I'll just kind of pass. Or, you know, sometimes people will hit me up and I'm be tested at that moment because I'm going to be out of town doing something else or whatever, and it just doesn't line up. But mainly it's just kind of like what they're doing, like on social media, like kind of what content they're doing, and if it's vibing with me, if I feel like it's something that I would enjoy doing. Like, is this gonna, if am I gonna be actually getting off, or am I gonna just kind of have to go through the motions like that? I think about that too, because it's like, you know, I am having sex still. Like, I do kind of want it to be fun and be authentic. And if it's where I'm at, then it's like, I'll pass on it.
Yeah, because a lot of people realize when you do pay gigs, sometimes you don't have choice in the male talent.
Exactly.
And you may not get to meet them till then, versus with content trade, you get to establish a working relationship, networking, and a camaraderie with the talent, whether it's female or male. That's why, okay, it was funny when I came to the game, girls didn't want to do content trade. They just want to get paid.
Yeah.
Now it has switched. More girls rather do content, or well, content, than to necessarily do the paid gigs.
Yeah.
You know, which actually out, and nowadays you really don't need to pay gigs to even get exposure anymore.
Yeah. Or like, you know, you can do a paid trade where like you just take a slightly less, you know, smaller rate, and you get to keep everything and distribute it yourself as well.
Yeah. If I was still in the game, I would have to do, if I did that, it had to be somebody really a calculated risk, as a businessman told me, that I know that it's guaranteed, you know, period, or what have you. Because when you're talking about paid content trade, because I didn't seen this before, that ain't how it's supposed to go, but hey, to each his own, period. Because it from my school of thought and for where I came from, and it's still done today. Um, if I pay you, you get nothing. I might give you the pics, but you ain't getting the bid.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, and then or we do content trade, you get everything.
Yeah.
Period. So it's like I said, it's a new day, a new age, man. How people doing it nowadays.
Yeah, and I think because everyone has sort of like a different network or way to distribute. So it's like if the company, kind of knows like, all right, I know I have these members, they're gonna buy this. It's I'm gonna make money off of it. And the person that they're working with is like, only putting it on OnlyFans or like maybe only putting a few bits and pieces here and there for promotion. It's like, yeah, like it kind of works out for both, but it's like it's definitely not like what happens every time, you kind of have to decide when that's appropriate.
So the question is, because you didn't did the bondage scene or what have you, would you do a bondage gangbang?
I feel like if the opportunity arises, then I can't see why I would say no.
That would be because that what you don't see every day. Now that what you don't see every day.
And like a gangbang is definitely like a fantasy that I've had and I've wanted to, explore like through my work. Gangbangs are so hard to plan though. Oh my.
Yeah. Because see, what people don't realize if how can I put this? A porn gangbang is because you just so happen to ran into a group of male talents, and it's usually going to happen during convention time. Because that's the only time you're going to be able to get that many guys. But as an actual gangbang itself, it is fucking damn near impossible because you got to convince guys to be able to sit in the room and fuck in front of other guys.
Yeah.
And that and the average dude just can't do that.
It's so hard.
Period. That's why 9 out of 10 when you see a true gangbang is one chick.
Yeah.
Let's make that clear.
Yeah.
If it got more than 2 chicks, it's not a gangbang. It's basically just an orgy. It's just
an orgy,
more favorite.
Yeah.
It's more favorite to the woman because she got more dicks than there is pussy.
Yes.
That's why I be tripping. Yeah, we doing the gang. No, y'all doing the orgy. It's just 2 chicks, man. No, stop lying to the people.
Yes, that's an orgy. Come on.
Why do people try to make that a gangbang if it's 2 chicks?
I don't know. They're confused.
I'm like, it's just like a bukkake is dudes jerk off and bust in your face. It's not a blow bang.
Yeah. It's different.
You don't suck no dick in the video. You just sitting there, just taking that in the face.
Yes.
See, it's funny how people merge things and make it what it's not necessarily is. I just find that interesting in this world. Shit, just like with the BDSM, because it's okay. We about to have a convo real quick. All right.
Okay.
Now, you have been in BDSM for majority of your life, pretty much.
Yeah, for a while.
Okay, then. Now, there have been arguments. It's interesting. I'm having this with a white lady, redhead, but the conversation of BBC sluts, Queen of Spades, Kings of Spades. Now, I'm going to ask you what's your opinion on that.
So I personally don't find that kind of stuff appropriate. I feel like it does fetishize, the black male body and all of that. And as a white woman, like I definitely don't feel comfortable applying that kind of stuff to myself. And that kind of plays back into like, when you asked me about taking certain paid shoots, like I have turned down some before that, they told me like, oh, this is gonna be like my first time with a BBC, and it's like, well, it's not my first time with a black guy. I haven't had black men. It's definitely not accurate. And also, like, I don't really play into those kind of fetishes or troops or race play or anything. I, there are people who consent to it, and like that's kind of their prerogative. But for me personally, I don't do any of that kind of stuff.
Now, the interesting part about that, what you said, because like I said, we talk about real shit on here. Now,
yeah,
you said the fetishizing of black men, right? Now, to me, when I hear someone say that, I'm like, well, black men fetishize white women. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it motherfucking 100. Every black man has fetishized a white woman.
Yeah.
Every black man's fetishized a Hispanic woman. When it comes to race or what have you. Now, to me, when I look at King of Spades and Queens of Spades, it is it don't necessarily have to be white, but for the sake of the argument, for devil's advocate, white. King of Spades, if I'm correct, is a white man who's basically saying that he submits, he adores, he worships black women. Same thing with Queen of Spades. All right. Now, I look at it like this in this sense. It's BDSM. If I'm going to question that, then I'm going to have to question the whole BDSM within itself.
Well, sometimes I see, like, especially in porn, I see the black man very much being like totally only being there for like his penis, and like sometimes being referred to as a bull, which is like very animalistic and just kind of plays into some areas that maybe I'm not necessarily comfortable or don't necessarily agree with. Yeah. And I think there are some forms that might be lighter than that, and like, the worshiping or whatever, I think, and adoring is, I think, on the like more positive end. And I've seen a lot of like I've seen it go a lot into the negative direction, which is where it gets a little like dicey. And like, I have an unpopular opinion where it's like, if adults are consenting to that and they want to play into that, like, they're adults, they can do that. But I think once it starts being filmed and like released to the public eye, it's being released to people who maybe aren't like consenting to viewing that or participating or whatever. That's where like I kind of have an unpopular opinion, where it's like, if you want to participate in race play or do any that kind of stuff, like, you can do that in your private life. But it's like the making it and like profiting off of it is where I start to get like a little iffy on it, because it's like, white people shouldn't be profiting off of black bodies in that way. If a black body wants to profit off that, fuck yeah, do that shit. But I don't feel like white people should be profiting off of that. Like, in my opinion, like, that's not their place.
It's to me, it's like this. All right. For one, I'm a logical person, maybe because I'm a Taurus. And I look at, it's like mathematics, 1 + 1 = 2. Interracial became the thing.
Yeah.
Around, I got to say, 2013. Okay? Interracial. I did a whole show about this. Interracial cut out black women, black BBWs.
Yeah.
But guess what it increased? Black male talent work.
Black men. Yeah.
Okay. The reason why, because the fan base, which is made up of 100% men, black, white, Hispanic, everything else, want to see a black man with a white woman. Hands down. Now, at the end of the day, also you have, of course, cuckold.
Yeah.
About that. Okay. Now, the point I'm getting to is, to me, a lot of the arguments that we have sometimes are hypocritical to this degree.
Mm-hmm.
Because one, when it comes to porn, we are actors and actresses. We portray roles that we may not necessarily portray.
Yeah.
For example, you might portray you portrayed a nun, but
Yeah.
you're not a nun. You get me? You feel me? We portray
Right.
a fantasy. That's our job.
Yeah, and
At the
like
end
to
of
a
the
lot of
day,
people, what I made is probably pretty offensive to some people.
yeah.
So
You had Mia Khalifa who got death threats from Al Qaeda because she was dressed in a Habib.
mm-hmm.
So, but this was a interpretation and a movie. We are actors,
Right.
we are actresses. I liken it no different than Leonardo DiCaprio in Django. He said the N word 137 times and almost won the Oscar, but no one better than I.
Yeah, that's
If
true.
we're in with, to me, when we start censoring and questioning the art, you hurt the art form and you take a lot away from it. Now, no, I don't agree. Like, I was watching this documentary of this wrestling company called XPW, and it was this guy who he took it to the extreme. He had knives, blood, the whole nine, all that shit. And then, of course, he got in a lot of trouble with the government. I can't think of his name. You might know who I'm talking about. It was called Dark Side of the Ring. Y'all need to go check it out. Good shit. But
I'll have to look that up.
But the thing of it is to me, us as artists, part of our art is giving of ourselves and giving our interpretations and what we see. So to me, this is how I look at it. As long as you don't say the N word when that camera is off, we fine. But if I'm doing a scene that I'm trying to present with the N word, because I did a race play scene, I'm about to break down the race play scene how it was.
Mm-hmm.
She was a white woman that was an escort, racist, did not want to fuck a black dude. I pretended on the phone that I was not a black dude. I get there. I give her my credit card. My money means more than your racism. By the end of the scene, she wants to fuck more black dudes.
Okay.
Yes, she did. She did the N word. She did say the N word, but at the same token, I was also called cracker and every other white slang it is, because because it's a type of BDSM. It's a type of BDSM. It's a part of the BDSM lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, when we question something like this, not everything has to be racial. It's made racial because the people that are not in it don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's how I look at it. Because at the end of the day, they can look at us funny because I got you bent over beating the hell out your ass with a damn paddle. Or is a woman who does age play, does that make the dom a pedophile?
I don't think so. It's still an adult, you know.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, to me, I think we move the goalpost too much sometimes. Yeah. Maybe it's this generation or what have you. Because, like I said, to me, what you made was beautiful art. But to the cancel culture, God, she just got blasphemy.
Yeah.
Blasphemy. Shit, I can name some horror films that got that beat this shit out.
Right. That's nothing.
Yeah. But like I said, I mean, that's the reason why I asked, because I wanted people's opinion. You know,
yeah, and like I definitely understand like your viewpoint on that. And I think it's, you know, censoring, you know, art, theater, film. It's always it's definitely like a slip to start censoring one thing. It leaves room to start censoring other things. And I feel like that's kind of where we're at with like the way the sites are treating fetishes too. Like they got a little, you know, banning certain ones, and now they're just crazy with shit. And it's like, you know, if people are consenting and people are fully aware of what's going on, it's like you kind of have to step back and allow to express themselves that way.
Yeah.
And you know, let them live their life that way, you know?
Because to me, it's we are presenting an art form, and I think with OnlyFans, the normalizing, that what has been lost, the art.
Mm-hmm.
And see,
It's very like instant gratification, you know, like every day has to be something new. So it's like it takes that creativity out of it.
yeah, and we do porn because to me, it like this. You may not consider yourself, which I'm pretty sure you consider yourself. You're a porn star.
Yeah.
You're the definition of a porn star. So people can understand what a porn star is. They pursue the
Mm-hmm.
career of porn. They shoot at a high level. They don't. They
Mm-hmm.
just don't shoot with a fucking phone. They actually do a professional fucking shoot. They take professional pictures. They become a professional at what they do, and
Yes.
they make the look of the professional. They have multiple sites. If you only got an OnlyFans, I don't count you as a porn star. I
Yeah.
can't. I
No.
can't. If you ain't shot in front of a fucking cameraman, an actual camera, I can't count you as a porn star. I don't give a
Yeah.
damn. You could have fucked a porn star for I'm concerned. If you shot with that phone, no, you're not a porn star to me. Sorry.
Yeah. I agree. It's like a totally different level when, you know, you're on a set, you know.
Yeah. Because see, because when you're on set, just like the stuff that you were describing, you got to think about the camera. The only thing a cameraman allows you to do is not worry about moving the camera.
Mm-hmm. Right. You still have to
But,
know your angles and open up to the camera and like, you know, look hot for the camera, not just, you know.
yeah. And then if you are the creator, you're also within the scene thinking of what to do next.
Yep.
So you know, so you got to add that balance of enjoying the fucking at the same token. Where are we taking this fucking?
Yep. 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 And that's kind of why in that BDSM scene, I was like, I'll pick out the implements, I'll pick out the toys, and then you can just take it from there so that I don't have to think about that because it's a lot. And when you're in subspace and stuff, it's like kind of hard to snap back and forth and like, you know, do that.
Yeah, because you got to think he got to retie you up, and what if you got to go use the bathroom?
Right.
He got to untie you, take it, put it right back on. You know what I'm saying? And then say so he got to get back hard and get back into the mood because see, a straight through shoot and a stop and go shoot is a straight through shoot. There's nothing breaking up the action. There's nothing breaking up the momentum. Yeah, the momentum. When you're doing the type shoot you were doing, the momentum gets breaking like that because you got to move the camera. So now you got to pick it back up. You know, so it's like speak to that type shoot and having to do that, and then picking up the energy and picking up the intensity from Cole.
Yeah, so luckily we were in kind of a smaller space, so moving the camera wasn't too difficult. He could kind of just you know, hold over, but it was like, you know, there would be a point where I would look over and I'd be like, ooh, like I think we need to get a closer shot of this because it would be a lot hotter closer. So I would like kind of make a little motion and like tell him, you know, to stop and move the camera. And then like it kind of, we would give ourselves like maybe 10 or 15 seconds and then like go back into it. And luckily, like because him and I have like known each other, you know, online for a couple of years, interacted, been fans of each other's work, we were kind of like still very in it. There weren't any other like outside distractions. Like if we were on like a regular set with like a video person and maybe a PA and like other people around, like I could see that being very distracting and having to kind of like a second and like get back into that headspace.
And then I got to ask the question because I didn't. You say he's from England, so he has like a good English accent, right?
Oh yeah.
So him playing Him playing the priest with the English accent. Oh God.
It was perfect. It's so good. This is perfect.
So I mean, now y'all a good couple working together. I'm curious to see what other creations that y'all will probably do moving
Yeah,
forward.
we're already
But
kind of thinking of like a round 2 on this nun priest thing.
oh my God. Now are you gonna go full blown with the face makeup and all that?
I think we want to get it a little more grittier and a little more hardcore. So
Well, like you actually fully possessed.
I think so. We're talking about an exorcism. He has a demon cock sheath, and we're gonna do like a squirting exorcism and all kinds of stuff. So
See, I smell her. Damn. She about to make a series. But no, but like I
yeah.
said, but seeing like that, it stands out. It stands out of what's already out there now. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Really. Well, see, and the fact that, like I said, once again, that you are authentic, you're authentic sub, which is even more wonderful out of this piece. So it was like you was at home.
Definitely, yeah. I had a really good time.
So do you have a dom in your normal life?
Currently I don't. No. It's been a while.
So have you had doms in the past?
I have. There's been 2, yeah.
Yeah, I had a slave before. It's the one thing I can say, it's from a dom point of view, finding someone who's true to the lifestyle is hard.
Yeah. I mean, the same. Like, there's a lot of guys who will be like, "Oh, I'm into BDSM," or "Oh, I'm kinky," and then you find out it's like they like to barely spank you, and it's like, no, that's not really it, but okay.
No, it's like I tell anyone: if you have sex a lot with your sub or your slave, then you're not a real dom.
Yeah.
It's
There's a
because it's
lot
not.
more that goes
Yeah,
into that than just sex.
yeah, because it's supposed to be mental.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and that's the aspect it's supposed to be, what have you.
Yeah.
You know, whether it's she's on all fours and I got my foot on her back, like she's a footstool.
Oh, see, we did a little bit of in this video.
Ooh.
So yeah, there's a little bit of all kinds of things in these videos. So
Let's see. She bring back memories. because it's like it's just funny. Like out of the blue, it used to be that it was taboo as fuck. No one really talked about it.
Mm-hmm.
Then out of the blue, everybody wants to be a dom. Everybody wants to be a sub.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just like
50
I
Shades of
said.
Grey came out and everyone thought that was it.
That's the movie that thou shall not be named after this motherfucker. I do not like that movie.
No,
It's so
it's awful.
it's to me kind of, it has nothing to do with BDSM. It just really, when you really look at it, is I don't know, but hey, it's to each their own, I guess.
Right.
Because I was like, I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't stand it.
But no, it's to me, I think, but when you normalize something or you try to normalize it, especially to monetize it, because I think that's what really happened, is that a lot of people monetize the lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
You know, periods and stuff. So
yeah, the look, everything.
Yeah, I'm like, so shoot. So have you ever done a glory hole? I mean,
I have not.
Oh,
I have not. That's another fantasy bucket list item of mine.
Oh, but all I know, if you ever go to the East Coast, holla at Kim Swallow. She got you covered.
Oh, okay.
She on Twitter, Kim Swallows. Yeah.
Hell
But
yeah.
no, because I've talked to a bunch of girls that done that, and that's an interesting thing. I'm surprised there ain't no glory holes in Vegas.
I think there's a glory hole studio here, but I don't know if there's any. I don't know if there's a real glory hole. I think maybe there's one. I think there's an adult theater that might have one here.
Mm-hmm. Well, all I got to say is, fellas, it might be an experience you might want to take. I never experienced it,
No?
period. I never experienced a glory hole. You know what I'm saying? I've been in plenty of holes, but no, not the glory hole.
Not that one yet.
Yeah, no, not that one. No, because like I said, they don't have any nearby, and even and if I mean, there's none nearby. Like North Carolina just sucks as far as the community. So everything is spread out or what have you. So I mean, like I don't know what Vegas. I heard Vegas is hot and cold to a certain extent with the lifestyle.
Definitely.
But shoot, you seem like you having fun though.
Yeah.
So how often do you film? Because it seems like you do get around and film a lot.
Yeah, lately I've been trying to work more and get out there and do more collabs and pro shoots and stuff like that. I try to like film at least, 2 weeks out of the month, and just keep getting more and more of a catalog going.
Yeah, I see. Because you supposed to be working tomorrow too, right?
Yep. Yes, I
am. and do you want to give away who you're working with?
So I'm working for Jerk Off Instruction. It's like a JOY studio. We're gonna do a bunch of JOYs and like a virtual sex scene, kind of like writing POV type stuff.
Oh. So you get explain a jerk off instruction video to my listeners.
So I basically, tell you with my words and like with my hand motions, like how to jerk off and like kind of go through like a session with you of like, speeding up and slowing down and like just kind of following my voice and fantasizing and until, completion.
See, that's why it helps to have a sexy voice because because if you ain't got a sexy voice, it ain't gonna work.
No.
You can't, really not. You can't sound like Minnie Mouse trying to tell somebody how to jerk off. It ain't gonna work.
No.
Definitely. So with that being said, baby girl, tell everybody where they can find you, mama.
So you can find me on Twitter, Celeste Luna XO. You can search for me on Pornhub, Celeste Luna, and also on OnlyFans and MiniVids. So yeah, just search my name on there.
Most definitely. And like I said, fellas, she is a official Smoke Buddy. You'll be hearing more from her. We'll get to ride with her on her journey in the adult film business.
Yes.
I'm looking forward, and I hope to get to meet this lovely lady face to face one day. It will happen. Yes. Most definitely.
Once these conventions are back.
Oh yes. I got to get you out in Vegas. I got to get out to Vegas one day anyway. So I got too many peoples out there I need to hook up with. So with that being said, people, you know how we always end this. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? You didn't learn anything. Smoke this over. Thank you for coming to the lounge, Mom.
Thank you.
Goodbye.